27 seconds into the second period of the Anaheim Ducks vs. Winnipeg Jets game, there is a knee-on-knee hit between Ryan Strome and Kyle Connor. Coach Cronin's post-game presser perfectly summed up my thoughts on this hit.
There's no way Strome tried to hit him. And I feel bad, because he's a heck of a player, right? Nobody wants to lose a star player like Connor. So he cuts around Lacombe, and then Strome tries to hit him with his shoulder, and they just click, knees. And there's no way he tried to hit him. When Kyle came over, I said, why is it a 5? There was no intent there. He was literally, if you watch his shoulder, he turns his shoulder into Connor's, and they hit knees. I feel bad for him, and there's no way Strome tried to hurt him. There was no movement. There was no leaning. There's no way Strome tried to hurt him.
There was no intent to injure. Strome was going for a hit. Connor makes a quick direction change to avoid the hit. Strome never changes his direction, and he doesn't have time to pull up. If you think he had time to pull up, you're crazy. In real time, this was quick. Slow-mo makes it look different. It's just a terrible, unfortunate play. I hope Connor will be okay. No one ever wants to see a star player, or any player for that matter, go down. I've seen some people say Strome was smirking in the box because he was trying to injure Connor. This doesn't even look like a smirk. But if it was, it's because he absolutely demolished a guy much bigger than him in Snifely. To be honest, this play looks oddly similar to another knee-on-knee hit this season involving rookie Lacombe and Barkov. Lacombe is flat-footed, tries to make a hit, and unfortunately, their knees hit. Again, no intent to injure. This was called 2 minutes for kneeing, and there was no suspension for Lacombe. With all that being said, if the roles were reversed, I would be asking for Connor's head, so I wouldn't be shocked if Strome gets suspended. At the same time, I also wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't get suspended, because the Department of Player Safety is like spinning an effing wheel. They are going to take into account that Strome missed 2/3 of this game, so whatever it is, it won't be enough for Jets fans. I suspect it will be 1 to 2 games for Strome, because Strome has no prior suspensions. This means the Ducks' already depleted lineup will be even thinner, but at least some positive news on that front, as it seems Zegers and Drysdale will most likely be traveling with the team on their upcoming road trip. This game was sloppy for both teams. Players were falling everywhere and terrible turnovers. If you want to talk about intent to injure a player, you should talk about what Niederreiter did to Jones early in the first. Jones lays a hit, and Niederreiter, while standing on top of him, hits Jones in the head several times. And the ref just stands there watching the whole thing, even pointing at it. How is that not called? Jones was abused several other times throughout the night. Cross-checked twice in the back after the Ducks scored first. Yeah, the Ducks actually scored first in this one, late in the second. What an odd feeling, as Alex Killorn had his best game of the season, would get a couple whacks in front to pot it in on the power play. Great pass by Terry, and Jonesy gets a well-earned assist. And in the third, the Ducks would add another goal from Henrique, who pots his 5th of the season. I don't remember him scoring his 4 other goals, but a great shot from him, from a great pass from Sylph, and a beautiful outlet pass from Gudis. And the Ducks would be up 2-0.
What is this feeling, so sudden and new?
And that feeling would last exactly 43 seconds as Niederreiter would score as it deflects 5-hole off Vack's stick. And then, less than 4 minutes later, they would score again as Lyubushkin blocks a shot and can't find it, and Barron taps it in. There was some chances back and forth, a missed trip on Frank, but the Jets would score with less than 2 minutes left off another deflection goal, this time by Velarde. Jets would get the empty netter from Snifely, and the Ducks choke 4-2 and now have only won 1 in their last 12. That game, more than any other, in the last little bit, you felt the extent of the Ducks' injuries. Strome's penalty obviously didn't help either, losing another top 6 player. They just didn't generate enough good looks consistently throughout the game. Gibson was good, can't blame him for any of the goals, and he kept the Ducks in it while having to kill so many penalties. This stat from the broadcast pretty much sums up life as Anaheim Ducks goalie right now. If they get the goal support, they win. The Ducks goalies have been good overall, other than a few blemishes, and sometimes they have been outright amazing. The Ducks just need to score more. I think I'm not going to talk about Terry anymore. He isn't even worth the time right now. I'm just going to make a graphic of the days since he scored, which, by the way, it's 17 games. He did get an assist tonight, but this quote from Cronin was no doubt directed at him.
Well, let's face it, you got to grip your stick now. We're friggin', we've lost 10 or 11 games or whatever the hell it is, 11 or 12. What do you got to lose now, right? Just play hockey. That's what I said. What's it matter? We're not, it's not the last week in April and we're fighting for the 4th playoff spot, right? Or the 8th playoff spot. That's just a sign of mental weakness. Just play the game. Do your job, win your puck battles, do what you have to do to be successful. If you're gripping your stick, then that's in your head.
Another frustrating game, and it's not going to get any easier. Like I mentioned earlier, the Ducks now have 2 days off before heading on a tough 4-game East road trip, starting with the New York Islanders on Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Hopefully, we get some bodies back on the road. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and go Ducks!